Hey guys, today I wanted to do the Booktube Dog Tag. I saw a musical Bookworm do this tag, but she didn't do the original one. I will link the original tag below, but because of that, I really wanted to participate. Like I commented on her video, any opportunity to talk about my dog. I don't want to make a super long intro here. As you'll notice, June is not in here with me. She's a little too chaotic to have in here when I have my camera up and everything. Like, she is a 65-pound blue heeler, so unless I'm just working at my desk, she normally isn't in my office when I'm filming, but I promise I'll put some videos of her, like, running around and stuff, so you can see her while I talk about her a little bit. Okay, so the first prompt in this tag is, tell us about your dog. So my dog's name is Juniper. We don't know how old. She's a rescue. They said 4 years, so that would make her about 5 years now. And we adopted her about a year ago in July, so it was like the 6th of July, I think, when we officially adopted her. We foster failed. So you can go back in my videos and see, because it was like, here's our foster dog, and then a month later it was like, she's ours now. So a little bit of backstory. In April of last year, we lost our previous dog, Vegas. He was about 12 years old. He had some health issues. He, in the last year of his life, developed IVDD and couldn't walk. So that was challenging. He was an Australian Shepherd. To be honest with you, we got him from a breeder when we were pretty young, and he was not bred well. He had a slew of issues, chronic ear infections. He had glaucoma. So he went blind when he was about 5 years old, I want to say. So after Vegas passed away, we took some time off, but not a lot, and then I decided I wanted to foster, and the rescue that I volunteer with, they just happened to need a foster for a mom who had just had 6 puppies, and she was very skinny when we brought her home. She had just weaned her 6 puppies, so we transported her puppies along with her back to our house, and then other fosters came and got her puppies from our house, and we went from there. June was heartworm positive. Technically, she's named Juniper. We call her June among a bajillion other names, as you do with dogs. But June was heartworm positive. She had to go through heartworm treatment. That was a whole thing. If you know anything about herding dogs, Aussies, blue heelers, corgis, even border collies, they are very high energy. So heartworm treatment where your dog has to be on crate rest for like 6 months and not do any strenuous exercise when she's a heeler was rather challenging. So yeah, but a year later, she's now heartworm negative. She just got retested a couple months ago, just before we went to New Hampshire, and was officially clear. So now she just has to be on preventative the rest of her life like any other dog would, and she's good. So yeah, June is a rescue. She's 4 or 5 years old, give or take. We don't really know how old she is, and she is crazy. When we first brought her home, she was rather calm for a heeler, and I didn't really expect it to stay that way because I know better. Mostly she was just sick. And now she's hilarious, and hopefully I can get some type of video of her doing her zoomies and being just a wild child. So yeah, obviously I am a lover of these types of breeds. I'm very accustomed to dealing with them. I've had dogs my whole life. I work with animals, and I have for like close to 10 years now, so pretty well equipped to handle them. I knew what I was getting into when I adopted her. So, and as of right now, she's our only dog. She has shown some tendency to be rather dog selective. There's some that she likes, and then some she just doesn't. Mostly she doesn't. We thought we were gonna get a second dog about this time. So a year after we officially adopted her, we thought, okay, we'll wait a year, get another dog. And now I don't know if we're going to. It's just really complicated, and it would have to be like the perfect fit for her. Right now, with me going into grad school, both of us working, it's like we really just don't have time for a second dog. So that's where that's at. And as of right now, we haven't fostered anymore because she's so selective and so kind of picky about that. And she can get pretty, I mean, we've had some issues with her being like aggressive at the fence with the neighbors' dogs, that type of thing. So she can get pretty intense, and I don't really want to risk a fight in my house if I can avoid it. So question number 2 is, what would your dog's favorite book be? I picked the Earthsea series by Ursula Le Guin for this because it's like super, I don't know, it's like very botanical and like nature filled, as most of her books are. The Earthsea series in particular, the world is really like foresty and filled with animals and plants, and that's just kind of her vibe. I was like, if she had a favorite book, this would be her book, because she would love to live in this world. She's the kind of dog that we let her outside, and then when she's tired, she wants to come in and then immediately wants to go back out. So she would live outside if it was comfortable for her. So prompt number 3 is, use the first letters in book titles to spell your dog's name. So I decided I didn't want to cop out for this and do June. So I picked Juniper, her full name, and boy. Weirdly, the hardest one was J. I think I have a single book. And it's technically a manga, but I was like, this counts. So the way I did this, if something had the at the beginning of the title, that's part of the title, and I counted it as a T. And what I learned is that like 95% of the books I have are the something 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 in the title, because I read a lot of fantasy. So yeah, that was a struggle. So for J, I ended up picking Junji Ito's Cat Diary, and I counted this one even though technically it's the author's name, because the author's name is part of the title in this case. U, I picked Unravel the Dusk. I think I had 1, maybe 2 U's to pick from. I think I had 1 book, and it was just that one. So for N, I picked Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. I was also a struggle finding something where the very first letter in the title was an I, and I ended up picking Ice Planet Barbarian. This is my only option, basically. For P, I ended up picking Parable of the Sower. Hi guys, editing Aaron here. I don't know why I pronounced it that way, so just excuse me being a fucking idiot. But it is called Parable of the Sower. I don't know why. Yeah, so we're gonna chalk that up to, I don't know. Brain fog, perhaps. Or just being an idiot. Not the first time I've mispronounced the title of this book either. So, yeah, Parable of the Sower. Why did I say it that way? I don't know, but I just wanted to pop in here and let you know that that's not how you say it. All right, bye guys. E, I picked Earthlings. And R, I had a couple choices, but not many. I ended up picking Red, White, and Royal Blue because I wanted to pick like a variety. I thought about picking Radiant, but I didn't want to pick another manga. Prompt number 4 is, what's your dog's relationship with books? I'd say she probably hates them. We joke that June is illiterate. I don't remember how this became a joke, other than perhaps I think I was reading one time and I was like, don't you want to read my book? Like joking with her, and I was like, oh no, she's illiterate. So now the running joke is that Juniper is illiterate and can't read, and that's why she hates books. But yeah, regardless of whether or not she could actually read, I think June would hate books because she doesn't like when I'm focusing on literally anything other than her. She will sit in front of me every evening for hours at a time and stare at me. And she's the only dog I've ever seen do this, where she wants you to make eye contact with her and pet her for hours at a time. And if I look at a book, if I look at my phone, she will like knock it out of my hand with her paw, and demand I stare at her and pet her. I'm not allowed to do anything else. So for that reason, June would hate books and does hate books, other than her being illiterate. The next couple questions were on the weirdly on the hard side for me. So number 5 is, what's your favorite book with a dog? I ended up picking Dog Tripping, and this is a non-fiction book about rescue transportation, and as a rescue transporter, I love this book. I realized, other than children's books, I don't read a lot of books with dogs, so This was a struggle. Number 6 is find a book on your shelves with a dog on the cover. This says, find a book in your TBR that has the word dog in the title or has a dog in it. Hold on. I know there's one that I was gonna say Dog Tripping again, but I feel like that's a cop-out, so let me grab it. This will actually count as the book with the dog on the cover as well. And it's Spill, Simmer, Falter, Wither. I've had this on my TBR for a long time, and I think about unhauling it because I haven't gotten to it yet, but I still really want to read this. And this has a dog in it. It has a dog on the cover. And number 8 is, lastly, like it always is, who would you like to tag? Anybody who watches my videos and has a dog. Really, I don't have anybody in mind particularly, and as usual, this can just kind of be a blanket free-for-all. If you see this tag, if you watch my video, consider yourself tagged if you have a dog. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you want to see more from me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.